Hey guys, today I'm going to do another tutorial, and this is going to be basically an ice cream bar kind of tutorial, and hopefully it's going to turn out really well, but this is kind of the first time I've experimented with something like this. But you're going to need a rolling pin, a blade, a toothpick, pliers. You're going to need to pre-bake some brown and tan clay, like I have here, and you cut it up into several pieces so it looks kind of like nuts. So that's of course optional, but it does add a nice touch. Then you're going to need some brown and white polymer clay to create this nice marble chocolatey effect, and then you're going to wrap it in brown as well. So let's get started. First, marble some clay. All you have to do is put it together, roll it in a ball, cut it up, roll it into a ball. Basically just knead it together to where it looks kind of like this. Next, you're going to shape it into an ice cream popsicle kind of shape. All you have to do is make a rectangle with one end rounded. Mine's fairly thick because I'm going to cut a piece out of it and add some texture to it, but yours can be however thick you want. Of course, if you didn't want a chocolate one, you could marble some pinks and reds and make a strawberry one, or whatever flavor you want. So now, we're going to roll out some clay. Once again, this didn't have to be chocolate. It could be strawberry or vanilla or anything you wanted. And now we're just going to wrap this, this kind of marbleized inside with the chocolate. This is going to be kind of tricky because you don't want to overlap it. Then it'll make it uneven and it might not look as well. But just act like you're wrapping a present. Like this. And like I said, do not overlap. So cut right where it meets up. This is where your blade comes in. So hopefully it'll meet up nice. You fold it down on the ends. And you're going to cut that off as well. Don't cut it all off, just in case you need to close it up a little bit better. So this is what you should have. Now, I'm going to make sure there's no air bubbles. I'm going to close it up tight, make sure it's how I want it, and then I'm going to trim off the rest. Close this up. And of course you can make it better, but since I'm doing it on camera, I'm trying to hurry so this isn't too long of a video. But take your time when you're making creations. It'll turn out better and it'll last longer and be more fun. So alright. Once again, close this up as much as possible. Smooth it out. You could always take your rolling pin. You can roll it a little bit. That kind of helps bind the seams, I guess. Make sure you keep that popsicle shape. Alright, so I know the seam is still showing, but I'll probably fix that after I'm done with everything else. Now we're going to put the nuts around the bottom. Now, like I said, if you didn't have time to cut up nuts and such, well, these are sprinkles, but these are the nuts right here. But if you didn't have time to cut them up and work with it like that, you could always skip this part. So you want to make sure you have a nice equal amount of brown and tan. So that looks good. Now, I'm kind of going to strategically place these on here, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because, of course, on ice creams like this, they're not perfect because nobody sat there and put each and every single nut on each and every single ice cream. but we're going to try and give it a random effect so it doesn't look like we strategically placed it on there. These aren't sticking very well, as if you were to put them on lightly, because they are already baked. So you could put some kind of Sculpey bacon bond or something on these, but if you just push them down in the clay hard enough, they will stay. And I might end up needing more nuts than this, because I'm going to have to do that all the way around the end. Sorry, my dog just yawned. So I'm going to put this all the way around here. So let's do it on the back. Make sure you push down firmly, and then after you bake it, it might be a good idea to glaze your charm. That way the nuts are sealed in and they won't fall off later. Especially if you're planning on using the charm. If you just want to display it, then obviously you wouldn't be more rough with it, but if you were ever going to wear it, you would want to make sure nothing would fall off and break. Let's get some more for the sides. Okay, so the nuts are finished. I've kind of lost my shape here, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I put the leftover nuts to the side. I might add those back on later if some of the pieces fall off or something. Now we're going to add the popsicle stick to it, which is just going to be this toothpick. So you probably want to stick it in the bottom, of course, but I wouldn't stick it out too far. So once it's in there and you think it's secure, you can take your wire cutters and you can cut it to however long you want it. About there. Toothpicks do like to splinter, so just either take that off with your finger or use your wire cutters. I'm having a nut malfunction. A few of them are falling off. So you can just put them back on, and I'm sure that they'll, fit better and stay better once you've baked this. So make sure they're all intact. And this is basically your ice cream bar. But the reason we marbled the clay beforehand was so we could take a little bite out of it. And my poly blade here, it bends. So I'm going to go ahead and bend it and take out a bite. And you see we have this really nice marbled effect in here. And of course you could texture it if you wanted, make it look kind of ice cream like. And all you would do was take the end of a toothpick or a needle. I'm going to get up close here, and I'm just going to make little poke and drag motions with this toothpick. So there you go. You've got a little texture to it. You got the nuts around the bottom, so it's really cute. It's a lot better than your average popsicle, and it was super easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Bye!